Operation Big Brother cases are winding their way through the court system. An update on where things stand. Plus, Huntingburg residents will have a better way to get citywide alerts in the near future. And host Bill Potter brings us another episode of Inform. All of that and much more is up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. Though Operation Double Trouble wrapped up on Wednesday, Operation Big Brother cases are still winding their way through the DuBois County court system. In a news release, DuBois County Chief Deputy Prosecutor Beth Sermersheim says 25-year-old Tasha Freeman of Huntingburg entered into a plea agreement and was sentenced yesterday in DuBois Superior Court. Freeman, who pled guilty to a Class B felony for dealing heroin, was sentenced to 10 years. The first 7 of those years will be at the Indiana Department of Corrections, while the remaining 3 years will be evenly split between work release and home detention. Additionally, Freeman will have to pay $500 restitution to the DuBois County Sheriff's Community Strike Fund. Freeman will pay fines and court costs for misdemeanors related to drug possession as well. Now, Freeman is not the only Operation Big Brother defendant whose case is moving along. 42-year-old Margaret Faith McDonald of Huntingburg pled guilty to a Class B felony for dealing in methamphetamine yesterday. Her sentencing is coming up on July 15th at 2 o'clock. Now, Sermersheim says there are just 4 defendants from Operation Big Brother that still have charges pending. These are Joseph Christman, Brock Gill, Ryan Gresham, and Brian Perez. All 4 are set to go to trial over the next few months. Sermersheim says to date, Operation Big Brother cases have yielded 103 years of total sentencing, 85 of which are jail time. A fuel leak caused a pickup truck to catch fire at one of Jasper's busiest intersections last night. Just after 7 o'clock, Jasper firefighters were called to the intersection of State Road 56 and St. Charles Street on the city's west side. When they arrived, Fire Chief Kenny Hoaksong says a 1990 Ford Ranger pickup truck belonging to Luke Hope of Jasper was fully engulfed in flames. Hoaksong says the truck died on Hope as he was driving on State Road 56. Hoaksong says Hope then pushed the truck onto St. Charles Street to get it out of traffic. At that point, Hope discovered a fuel leak underneath the truck, and Hoaksong says the fuel was burning and soon fully engulfed the truck in flames. Hoaksong says Hope was not injured and nobody else was riding in the truck with him. The truck was a total loss. The Jasper Fire Department responded with 2 trucks and 28 men. They were on scene for about half an hour. A Huntingburg woman was jailed after crashing her SUV while driving drunk and then left the scene. At around 11:40 last night, DuBois County Sheriff's deputies were called about an accident near County Roads 350 West and 100 South in Jasper. While en route to the scene, deputies learned that the driver appeared intoxicated and was trying to flee. The female driver became irate with the person who was calling in the accident, so deputies say the caller backed away. The driver, 33-year-old Shannon Stuckey, had left the scene by the time deputies arrived and found her 1995 Chevrolet Blazer halfway submerged in a nearby stream. Stuckey was found some 75 yards away from the crash scene by a Jasper police officer. A series of field sobriety tests and a blood draw at Jasper's Memorial Hospital found her BAC to be 0.25% or more than 3 times the legal limit. As for the accident, deputies say they learned that Stuckey had hit a DuBois County highway gate set up to keep people off of Old Huntingburg Road. She then crashed through a second gate prior to ending up in the ditch. Stuckey was booked into the DuBois County Security Center on a Class A misdemeanor for operating while intoxicated, endangering a person, and a Class B misdemeanor for leaving the scene of an accident. Citywide alerts will now be easier to get for Huntingburg residents. Last night, the Huntingburg City Council approved a contract for the launch of the e-Notify alert system. The alerts will be primarily for utility issues such as boil orders or water main breaks. Now, the effort is being led by eGov, who is the website provider for Jasper, Huntingburg, and Ferdinand. This system will be done as a partnership between the communities. The Jasper City Council already approved e-Notify. Mayor Denny Spinner says the partnership turned out to be necessary as this process went along.
The reason why we're all joining together on this is there are a number of people in our county we know that live in one community and may work in another. So if you're living in Jasper and working in Huntingburg, you can sign up for the alerts from both communities so that as you go to work or return home, you receive notifications should there be some sort of a disruption of service in those areas.
Spinner says the boil order in Jasper last year was an inspiration for this e-Notify effort. He says details are still being worked out, but there will be an awareness campaign launched for this system once everything is in place. Despite recent progress, the town of Ferdinand has some challenges to meet as they develop their next comprehensive plan. 3 group planning meetings have been held thus far with youth, business leaders, and leaders of local nonprofit groups. Some ideas that have come to light for the future include more affordable housing, sidewalks on Main Street, and making a run at the Stellar Communities designation in the future. Now, Town Council President Ken Seacard says housing and jobs will continue to be the key issues for the town. Seacard says the town could wind up at the forefront of solving not only its own housing problems, but setting a countywide example.
Well, I'd like to think that we could be the leader. I know we're the Du Bois Strong Housing Committee has us down as one of the principal areas to concentrate on. Our challenge is yes, finding the land to build the homes on and things like that, but we're going to push it. Debbie Johnson has been on that committee, with Du Bois Strong, and we'll look to her for some leadership and ideas coming out of there.
Seacard says any new housing that is built will need to be affordable for young couples. He says that would include homes in the $125,000 to $175,000 range. As for jobs, Seacard says the town will consider all options to bring in workers. He says recent expansions at Master Brand Cabinets and Best Home Furnishings are a good example to follow.
They want to increase their production here, but in order to do that, they need people. We also are very interested in the smaller groups, the family-owned business or something that's not going to be a Master Brand, Best Home Furnishing type thing, but on a smaller basis. And we'll see what we can do to work with them. We have the tax abatement available. We're looking into residential tax abatement to encourage things there. Probably an open book in the town of Ferdinand to see what we can do to help.
On a related note, Seacard says there is still a need to recruit youth back to the county. He says that will start with better promotion of what the county has.
Some of us started off as a factory worker and then have advanced from there. And that's what we got to do. We have to show our children what this community has to offer and then encourage them to come back. Yeah, we kind of want them to leave first a little bit, go out, sow their oats, and then come back with all that knowledge and then put it to work here in Du Bois County and the town of Ferdinand.
Now, the 3 group meetings have been led by Evansville-based consultant Kathy Kleindorfer. Seacard says a comprehensive planning meeting for everyone in the community will be scheduled for a later date. The town's current comprehensive plan was implemented back in 2007. And finally tonight, our congratulations to Huntingburg native Catherine Katie Sermersheim. Yesterday, Sermersheim was announced as Purdue University's new Dean of Students. She'll start that job August 1st. Sermersheim is a Southridge High School graduate and went on to earn her bachelor's degree at the University of Southern Indiana, her master's degree at Western Illinois University, and her doctorate in education focusing on administration at Southern Illinois University Carbondale. Sermersheim comes to Purdue after 18 years at Southern Illinois University Carbondale. She is currently the interim dean of students there and previously served as both director and assistant director of student development, as well as associate dean of students. In a news release, search committee chair and Purdue executive director of university residences Barb Frazee says Sermersheim brings a unique combination of love for students and a strong understanding of community needs to the position. And as we head to break, a business that's been part of Bloomfield for decades went up in flames at around 6 o'clock last night. Check out this video clip from the Greene County Daily World. 9 fire departments in all were called to the Bloomfield locker plant off of State Road 54 just west of the city as flames raged out of control. Several law enforcement agencies were also on scene as crews fought the blaze well into the early morning hours. More on your weather after this break.